Breaking news, everybody. Keir Starmer is a hypocrite. Oh wait, that's not breaking news. We already knew that. This one is beautiful. Guess what Starmer and the Labour Party are up to now? You will not believe, you've probably seen the title in the video. It's absolutely chaotic. Yesterday they were going around, the Labour Party saying we need to abolish the House of Lords. Okay? Now, those who want to abolish the House of Lords, they have different options, different solutions. There's a group who want to turn it into an elected Senate. That's the Labour Party. They want to make it more political, more corrupt, more expensive. There are those who want to take it back to what it was supposed to be, more traditional and less political. Do not politicize it. And some people just want to completely abolish it, just have one chamber. No checks and balances. All right. That's the policy from the Labour Party who want to have an elected Senate. Yet, at the same time, now that he's seen what Boris Johnson has done with the honours list, and of course his predecessors and everybody else, somehow Keir Starmer has become in favour of the House of Lords. He has a different idea. Do you know what he's going to do? Yeah, he's going to fill the place with Labour Lords. Yeah, that's bit genius, absolute genius. Who would have thought of that? Oh yeah, Tony Blair did. He started this nonsense by accelerating the number of political people in the House of Lords. All right, so a senior party source said that a thought was already being given to who might be willing to become full-time peers, attending the Lords most days to scrutinise and vote on legislation. Many of Labour's peers were appointed when Sir Tony Blair, I'm not going to say that, Tony Blair, Anthony, was Prime Minister, or even earlier, meaning that they are elderly and sometimes struggle to attend. Oh, okay. Several sources said that the Labour Party was likely to favour potential peers of working age who would be eager to play an active role in the chamber rather than former MPs who have retired from the House of Commons. So they are doing what they said, the elected Senate thing, but without being elected. So they're going to basically pick a bunch of young socialists, young Jeremy Corbyn types, and make them politicians by doing a fast track straight to the House of Lords. Young, working age, active, political, party political. And it's going to destroy the whole thing. The whole problem with the House of Lords over the last few decades is that you politicize it, all of you, too much, but from both sides. And now he thinks, well, actually, I do want my politicians to be there, my party members. And one solution is to have an elected Senate. But what if the British public don't vote for them? I know. Let's go with authoritarianism. I'm going to become Prime Minister. I'm going to appoint my friends. And they don't even have to leave the House of Commons. We could keep the MPs. And then we could make new MPs in the House of Lords without any vote or consent. And they're going to be pretty active. The whole role of the House of Lords was to simply have checks and balances and hold the Commons to account. Not to be political, not to have policy views, to simply scrutinise the text of each legislation. Now, this is the history of the House of Lords since Harold Macmillan. The number of members of House of Lords who have been added each time when a former Prime Minister left. So, actually, let's start from the beginning. Macmillan, 47. He added 47 Tory peers to the chamber. Fine. Douglas Home, 16. Wilson, the first time he did the Prime Ministership, 135. That was the beginning of the chaos. Then Ted Heath went back to 45. So, okay, these are the traditional Tories. Then Wilson came back and said, okay, 80. Callaghan, 58. Margaret Thatcher went up massively, 201. Major, 160. Then you had, Tony. You had Tony, who decided to add 374 Labour peers to the second chamber, to the upper chamber. Gordon Brown, because it was too much what Blair did, he only added 34. Then David Cameron thought he had to basically make some sort of a fight back against what Blair did. So, tic-tac-toe, 245. Okay, now Theresa May brought it down to 43. Johnson, 87. Liz Truss is aiming for 29. And so far, Rishi Sunak, in terms of the peers being created, is 10 so far. All right, so that's the situation, okay? We know what's going to happen. We know the moment Keir Starmer becomes Prime Minister and then leaves, we're going to have a huge chunk of new peers in the House of Lords from the Labour Party, because they are reacting to the predecessors. That's what Cameron did. Cameron reacted to what Blair did, but it was still much lower than what Blair did. Blair's is still obviously hit the record. And I have a feeling Keir Starmer, instead of actually having an elected Senate, is just going to completely fill the whole place with Labour peers. Now, look at the state of the chamber right now. This is the top part. The blue section is the age range, the age groups. There are only 4 members of the House of Lords who are under 40. And actually, that's probably a good idea, because you need people who, well, they have to have some sort of wisdom, even though some of them don't. But you need, with age comes wisdom. So you need people who are slightly older than people in their 30s or 40s. So, but the Labour Party have a problem with this. They want to bring in people in their 20s or 30s to become members of the House of Lords without any experience, life experience. They are only going to have political experience. Now, length of service right now, there are 162 peers who have under 5 years length of service. And between 10 and 19 is the highest number, 243. So it's going to be interesting to see what the reaction is going to be to this update and this policy idea, because clearly it's a political move. But both parties have been doing it to each other every now and then. But the Tony Blair's part and tenure was the most chaotic one. I have a feeling if Keir Starmer becomes Prime Minister and following a few years after that, we're going to have more chaos in the House of Lords. And you're going to see a massive disconnect between the British public and the whole of the Houses of Parliament. More than now. If you think things are bad now, just wait another few years. Unless somebody is brave enough to do something about it now. Let me know your solutions when it comes to the House of Lords. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.